Hey everyone, Mike here with Prehistoric Magazine. Welcome back to another video. Now, the topic of this video is very simply, how big did sauropods have to grow in order for them to be impenetrable and not be able to be taken down by a big predatory dinosaur, a theropod dinosaur? Now, we know that there are giants from the past. We know that there are dreadnoughtuses, patagatitans, sauroposeidons, animals that weighed in excess of 50 tons. Now, most people, most paleontologists, most dinosaur folks would probably state that a 50 or 60-ton dinosaur, it is not possible to take that animal down. It's simply just too big. Obviously, there must have been instances where big sauropods, even a 50 or 60 or 70-ton sauropod, must have been sick, it's wounded, and who knows, much like lions have been known to take down elephants, those are rare circumstances, but they do happen. Who knows, maybe theropods could take down a big animal. But by and large, a healthy Sauroposeidon, Patagotitan, a healthy animal like that is probably not going to be able to be taken down. It's just simply too big. Even animals that had big predators living in them. Like right now, I'm really doing a lot of research on Tyrannotitan and things like that. Some lesser known theropods, but still very big animals nonetheless. I'm also looking into Acrocanthosaurus and Sauroposeidon. Planning for a release of Prehistoric Magazine. Again, free subscription down in the comment section down below, coming out June 30th. But nonetheless, big sauropods, 50, 60 tons. If they're extremely healthy, they're probably a walking mountain of muscle, not able to be taken down whatsoever. If they're wounded or they had some type of disease, it's possible. Probably still unlikely, but it opens the possibility to that becoming something that could become real. But the topic of this video is very simply, how big did those animals have to grow in order for them to reach that moment where they were set? Like a human is set in life with enough money. How big did those animals have to grow in order for them to be set? They're safe and they're going to live a long, healthy life, reproduce, have a lot of offspring. So if you look at something like a sauropod known as Astrodon from the Middle Cretaceous, it lived alongside Acrocanthosaurus. And this animal got to about 20 tons in weight. Now, 20 tons compared to a modern day elephant is huge. If that animal was living today, it would be the largest animal on terrestrial Earth. Okay, not on Earth, obviously, but obviously on land. It would be the largest land animal. So 20 tons would put it at quite a bit bigger than a modern day elephant. Maybe double, maybe even more than double. Hard to estimate even weights for living animals. But nonetheless, 20-ton animal, if you compare that to something like Acrocanthosaurus, if we assume that that animal could reach 6 or 7 tons in weight, it still weighs about 13 tons more than it, which is a massive amount. 13 tons is huge, but 7 tons versus 20 tons is not as big a difference as, let's say, 8 or 9-ton T-Rex versus a 50-ton Alamosaurus. So the weight difference between Acrocanthosaurus and Astrodon is not that staggering as we've seen in the past. Even Maposaurus versus Argentinosaurus, that's a big size gap as far as weight goes. But nonetheless, a 20-ton Astrodon, was it big enough when it was full grown to be impervious to attack? Now, there's also the other side of the equation that I'm looking at, which is, let's say you do have those big sauropods, 50, 60, maybe 70-ton sauropods. They're not going to be 70 tons right away. They have to grow up. Now, when they're young, they probably were able to be taken down by multiple predators, depending on where you are in history. But as they grew older, my question to you, and again, as in all these videos with Prehistoric Magazine, I'll view them as a success the more comments we get. If you're watching, I really would appreciate you leaving a comment. Love to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. This is how we get dialogue going. This is how we get thoughts going. Nobody has the answers on all this stuff. It's very difficult, and you all out there form really, you're the basis of this channel. So I really would appreciate a comment if you're watching. But nonetheless, how big did some of these animals have to grow in order for them to be imperviable to attack? They were not able to be taken down. So if you look at something like Dreadnoughtus, how big did it have to grow in order for it to not be able to be taken down? Is it a 20-ton sauropod? Is it a 25-ton sauropod? Is it a 30-ton sauropod? Maybe even a little bit bigger. So love to hear your thoughts on this. Comment section down below. We don't know. The fossil record is only going to tell us so much. We do know that there is evidence of Acrocanthosaurus pursuing a sauropod coming up on one side of it, potentially moving fast. And, we know that that happened, but what we don't know is how it happened after, how it played out. So my question for you all is not to beat a dead horse, but how big was that magic number? Love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments section down below. Appreciate all the support and see you all in the next video. Take care.